Hi, friends. It's me, your fave, back and better than ever. Back and better than usual. Anyway, I'm being silly. Hi, my name is B. Just in case if you forgot from the beginning of this, if you're accustomed to being here, welcome. Um, I kind of wanted to go ahead and jump into like a November overview to see what's going on and what we can expect. So I have a couple of decks. Ideally, I hope I won't need any more because they are all the way over there and I don't feel like going to go get them. So we'll see what this is giving. Like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments. My website is back up, and I also have a discount code, so 10% off comeback. Okay, COMEBACK, 10% off of your readings. At least I think that's what it is. I hope that's what it is. Check down below in the description box. I'll put all of that in the description box because I am open for personal readings. I've been open for personal readings, but I mean, my website has been down up until like what, yesterday, day before yesterday. Anyway, like I said, so like, share, subscribe. We're going to jump in with money messages first for what we can be looking forward to financially. And I'll use the like handwritten deck that I have plus the career and finances decks. And then we'll kind of like move around with some tarot, see what's going on. I've been feeling real good. I got up today and wanted to romanticize my life. So I went and bought like a nice couple of candles, some flowers. I went and bought some stuff to do my hair. I also bought some stuff for me to like make myself a cocktail. So I had a cocktail earlier, once I had first got home. Doing this right now to take a brief moment and then we'll jump back in with everything else. I'll after this I'll probably go ahead and get this uploaded and then I'll probably jump into my hair. Um because I might have a date tomorrow with a chef. You know, he wants to make us dinner and I just very okay with that. So, you know, I need to make sure I look presentable. Anyway, so like I said, let's go ahead and jump in. I want to start with some oracle messages. I mean like some affirmation messages. So let's start with like 2 to 4 mantras and affirmations. Two. And then I'll jump in with the other oracle deck over here. We'll see what we got. One and four. And I'll take one more for five. So this again is for November 2025. A overview of what we need to know. Nothing I say here is meant to trigger you and or make you feel any type of way aside from affirmed and confirmed and having clarity. Deserve to be rich. I deserve to be rich is the first card out here. I can easily afford anything I want is the next mantra here. The money I contribute always comes back to me multiplied. Okay, is the other one. Entrepreneur spirit. Okay, so in November you might definitely be focusing on personal business stuff, being your own boss. Maybe you're already your own boss. Maybe you're kind of getting back to the swing of things. Maybe you're finally popping stuff off. Okay. Last card here says the world needs that special gift that you have. Okay. I deserve to be rich, entrepreneur spirit. So definitely I was already giving think big. What was the video that went viral? Bitch, you thinking small. Bitch, you thinking small. Okay, Mercury and Sagittarius, bitch, you thinking small. You need to think big. You should be thinking big. You need to think big. Okay, bitch, you thinking small, bitch. Then you heard what he said. So let's see. Give me some oracle for finances and career. Finances and career. Maturation, mentor, rewards are the first 3 cards that slipped out. Bottom of the deck, we have adjustments, maturation. You're becoming more mature in handling your finances. So this is good. Taking responsibility is exciting but challenging. It's time to be dependable. So November is a good month to make sure that you're like staying on top of things. But this card actually kind of already gives you will be staying on top of things in November. So this isn't even about making sure. This is like a letting you know, like if you have been struggling up until this point, maybe that's something that's been on your mind. You know, I think Saturn did eventually station sometime, I think this month. I think, don't quote me on that. But there could be something going on with Saturn. Saturn comes to mind where it could just be influencing your finances. So maybe you haven't been the most mature, and October kind of highlighted that. Maybe you have been pretty mature, but you're bettering or growing in that maturity of how you're handling your finances, understanding that your bills come first, understanding that, taking care of the priority thing with your finances before having fun, right? I know I can typically have a big problem with that, but however it fits for you. Again, this is a card to say that in November you are maturing in how you're handling your finances. The next card here, you have mentor. It says someone is willing to share experiences in their field that will motivate you to do better. Your work and teachings inspire others. Okay, so this also could be maybe you becoming a mentor, or maybe seeking one. That last sentence kind of made me feel like you might be seeking a mentor, or you might I mean, that last sentence kind of makes me feel like you might be becoming a mentor. It says your work and teachings inspire others, but it also says someone is willing to share experiences in their field that will motivate you to do better. So this could be maybe you becoming a mentor to someone else, and or maybe gravitating to people who feel like a mentor to you, people who motivate you. So make sure that's something in November, making sure that you stay around people who motivate you, making sure that you stay around people who like push you to be the best that you could be, push you to be like in your fullest potential. You know what I'm saying? Don't hang out with a bunch of motherfuckers who like got, oh, I'm gonna just blow through it and I'll make it back tomorrow. Stay away from them. Because that's not gonna help you. That's not how you generate generational wealth. Do you know what I mean? So but this also could be your work. You could also be mentoring people. Don't be afraid to share your experiences that have happened in your field, and to motivate others to do better, right? Again, it says someone, not you or anyone else. So it's kind of take it for how it resonates. You could be maturing and getting better, and maybe you have some trinkets in November that you helping the girls. And it's like, don't be afraid to share that with your friends, your students, your community, your platform. All right. But this also could be as you mature, stay around people who feel like mentors, or surround yourself as you mature financially with people who are also mature financially. Like I said, don't be hanging around with the I'ma just blow it all at the club tonight and I'ma make it back tomorrow crowd. Stay the hell away from them. You will stay in that cycle. Okay, for November. It's last card here we have rewards. It says your hard work is paying off. Your performance is gaining attention in your community. You deserve your rewards. You deserve the rewards you are reaping right now. Bottom of the deck card, we have, well, I'll show you this one. Bottom of the deck card, we have adjustments. You may need some adjustments to your spending. Yeah, then I said that you might need to be making some adjustments to your spending. Your expectations are not met at this time. It's better to be prepared than sorry. Yeah, and then look what you got right up under that, shopping, and then you got feast. Okay, so definitely make sure that you watching your pockets in November, especially Thanksgiving is coming up. Shit is expensive, bitch. Okay, make sure that you are going cheap. I don't care if you got to get the great value brand. Make sure you do that if it means that it's helping them pockets. Okay, this is not the time to be trying to ball out and ball out of control. I did also hear through the astrology girlies. I've heard through the grapevine that November might be a little rough. I don't know about what's going on astrologically. I'm not that advanced in astrology, but I have heard that November might be a little rough for some people. So just be mindful of that. That last sentence really stands out to me. It's better to be prepared than to be sorry. You want to be prepared for and have a rainy day fun instead of be asked out. It's better to be saving up for rainy days instead of be caught in the motherfucking rain. Okay, but that's gonna come from you maturing with your finances. That's gonna come from you really maturing in how you're spending. Get a mentor if you feel like you need to get a mentor. If it's not necessarily a mentor teaching type of thing, then you need to be around people who again already are matured in their finances. Don't hang around with a bunch of motherfuckers that just blow through their money and then they live in paycheck to paycheck. You will be in the same motherfucking cycle. You need to be around people who know how to put money back, who know how to save, who know how to budget, who know how to cut costs. I'm hearing the phrase or the term, And I see this on social media a lot where it's like, I don't know how to budget and save and cut costs. I just got to make some more money. But again, with one of these cards, it says your expectations are not going to be met. So whatever you're expecting to make financially, whatever you're hoping to make financially, whatever you're hoping happens for you financially might not quite be met in November, which means you need to start putting some money back. Like start now. Okay. Again, I'm going to go over the affirmations. Write these down if you feel like you want to recite them throughout the month, throughout the week, throughout the day. I deserve to be rich. The world needs that special gift that only you have. That's a message. That's a money message for those of you where, again, you might be doing something, running a business, starting a business, blah, 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 blah. I can easily afford anything I want. The money I contribute always comes back to me times three. Entrepreneur spirit, which is also a message. Okay, so be mindful of that. Be very smart with your money in November. That's what this feels like. This is a good time to start making sure you're watching the pockets. Don't be afraid to log into that bank app. Log into it. Log into the bank app. Don't be afraid to log into the bank app. Go ahead and log into it so you can see which damage you did. Okay, face your accountability. Okay, because yeah, that shit might really start hurting and paining you once you get to looking at it. But that's gonna be a part of the maturity to say, you know what, I did this. Let me face this, because I did this damage, bitch, to these pockets. And now you got to figure out how you gonna hustle it back. As you hustle it back, put it back. For those of you who need that message, as you hustle it back, put it back. Your hard work will pay off though. Okay. Your financial expectations might not be met, but your hard work will still pay off. The full card just try to jump over for whatever reason. The full card just try to jump over. So, this makes me feel like don't be foolish, don't be reckless with your money in November. So let's start there. I saw somebody, one of my homegirls said, no spend November. That's what it's kind of giving. Like, make sure you watching them pockets. I will hold on real tightly. Where it's just like, again, that's not to say that something will happen, but it's better to be safe than sorry. It's better to have it covered and to have a little money put back so that way, just in case if anything happened, instead of not putting no motherfucking money back, bitch, and you looking real long faced it when shit happen. Captain. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump to some tarot. What do we need to know for November? What messages do we need to know for the collective? I am calling signs. Take what resonates. Okay. Drop what doesn't. Take what resonates. Drop what doesn't. Six of Pentacles is here. So I feel like this is still kind of speaking on finances. If not necessarily finances, this could just be in general in November. Make sure you pay attention to what you're giving energy to. Make sure that whatever you're giving energy to in November is giving back to you. But this also, I feel like, speaks to like your finances, making sure that you're budgeting, making sure that whatever you're investing your coin in is something you know you can get out of it. Don't just be spending your money on stupid shit that ain't really got no value. You know, making sure that whatever you spending, you putting back. Okay. But this also feels like Six of Pentacles. Be very careful about where you're placing your energy in November, and be very mindful about if whatever you invest in energy, time, money, effort, attention, insert thing here that is pouring back into you too. Give me another card. Ten of Cups is here. Yeah, so this is pertaining to like what you want. The holiday season is here again. Thanksgiving, Christmas, my birthday. You know what I'm saying? Who said that? That's so crazy. Um, shit be happening. So again, like family could be of here, happiness, satisfaction, fantasy. Ten of Cups is also the fantasy, the white picket fence of the thing. So it's like be very mindful. Hierophant is here. Six of Cups is here. This feels like something for November, a message for somebody that like you need to hear this. If you anticipating for something to gain momentum and grow momentum, like there's something you need to move away from morally is what this feels like. Give me something with this Hierophant, Six of Swords. It feels like they go together. It's like there's something morally, valually, yeah, Princess of Pentacles, morally, valually that you're not moving away from in order to have it. Be mindful of that in November. There's something you're not walking away from or someone you're not walking away from. This feels morally with this Hierophant card. For some of you. For others of you, this feels like a higher level of commitment that's not happening, that you want, but it's not happening. Whatever you give into a connection, it ain't being given back to you. And you're staying because you're hoping that it'll eventually like move over, and it's not going to move over. For others of you, this feels like something morally you're not moving away from, valually you're not moving away from, a belief of yours that holds no real weight. I feel like I've said this before. Like I in one of the other readings, it kind of like was the equivalent of like staying at a job or staying in a connection because it looks good on paper, but then you know that you're not happy. Like this kind of feels the same way, but it's like there's something here like you're sticking to something because it's a belief system of yours or that it's become a belief system of yours, but it's like it's not really benefiting you. You know what I mean? But it feels like a belief system. Like again, it feels like how I used the example the other day where it's like, oh, I believe that I'm gonna stay in the connection with the person because I want my kids to grow up in a two-parent household. And it's like, but y'all fucking hate each other. You know, y'all can't fucking stand each other. Y'all argue all the time. You think these kids don't hear you arguing in between these doors? They do. You know, you the only one acting like, oh, it's better for them. No, it's actually hurting them. There's no real value in that belief. Right, is what it feels like, but it's like you're not walking away from it. There, make sure that you watch that in November for some of you. Like I said, for others of you, this feels like you want higher level commitment, but someone isn't giving it to you. Be mindful of like the fantasy of the thing. If you know that you want to get married and they don't believe in marriage, cut your motherfucking losses. Why is you standing this? If you know that you want a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but they feel like they not ready for that, cut your motherfucking losses. Why is you wasting your time in this? Go towards something in November, right? This is what it's feeling like. Make sure you go towards stuff that pours into you the way you're willing to pour into it, the way you are pouring into it, but then also make sure that it actually fits what makes you happy. If you know that this is your 10 of cups, why are you settling? If you know that you like wagyu steak and lobster, why is you settling for cheese Little Caesars? You know what I mean? I mean, if that's what you like, but again, you already said that this is what you had wanted though. You settling. So it's like make sure that you don't do that in any jobs, in any relationships, in any of that. November might actually maybe trigger some of that. I don't know what the astrology of November is. I really have to check. To be honest, bitch, Thanksgiving, that's the best I got. I know Mercury retrograde, that's the best I got. It's retrograde through Sag and Scorpio, but that's the best I got. Give me something for this Six of Pentacles. Or what do we need to know? Ten of Pentacles, yeah. So we have two tens, right? Already releasing. But yeah, this is like things that make you feel stable, things that make you feel happy. Yeah, November. So it's like you kind of, I feel like you guys might be coming into a sense of clarity. King of Swords is right behind that reverse. So you might not really be sharing it with the rest of the world, and or you're being advised not to share it with the rest of the world, especially air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You're being advised not to share it with the rest of the world. Sagittarius, Taurus, I'm seeing it here. You're being advised not to share it with the rest of the world, or you might already be on that with you. Like, I'm getting a lot of clarity on stuff, but I'm not speaking on it. Regardless, though, this feels like, again, this feels like things that make you feel stable. Make sure you go toward things, people, jobs, situations that make you feel stable, that provide some level of stability. It's not enough that this is the fantasy of the thing, right? But you need practical effort. You need tangible change. You need realistic progress. You need stability. You need security. You need groundedness, a practical motherfucking plan. This is not good enough to just be flying by the seat of your pants. Mercury is in Sagittarius right now again. So I mean, we are flying by the seat of our pants as a Mercury native. I'm often flying by the seat of my pants, but this feels like making sure that in November you have a plan. Making sure in November you're paying attention to what's going on. Making sure that in November that you are going towards things that actually feel like home practically, not just in the fantasy of the thing. Don't go toward people who you hope to be home one day. Does that make sense? Go toward people that actually feel like it right now in this moment. Gravitate toward people that actually feel like it right now in this moment. And there could be maybe even a belief system that's kind of keeping you from maybe even paying attention to it. Princess of Pentacles is also here. Ten of Pentacles is out on the spread. Six of Pentacles is out on the spread. A lot of Pentacle energy, a lot of Earth sign energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Double emphasis on Taurus because I did just say that. But it's like there's something you're not moving away from. Is it the fantasy of the thing? Are you still falling in love with the potential of the thing? Are you still falling in love with the hopefulness of the thing and not the practical step by step of this is how we gonna do this, this is how we gonna make this shake, this is how we're gonna bring this idea, fantasy, vision to life and ground it and really build upon it to make it what it's supposed to be, what we know it could be? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying. Finances, I do feel like will be good if I'm just looking at it from a different standpoint. But you're going to definitely have to make sure you're being cautious about where you're putting in investing your coin. What are you spending your money on in thanks? And well, I was gonna say in Thanksgiving. So maybe you spending a lot of money on Thanksgiving. Be very mindful about that. Do you need to have the best turkey that ever had, bitch, to wow your family? Is it really that serious? Do you really gotta be the best dressed when you know that you might be penny pinching come December, bitch? Christmas is still rolling around. Okay? Don't act like you don't know. So act like you have some sense financially. Do you have to go all out for Thanksgiving? Do you gotta get like buy the best turkey, buy the best shoes, get the best dress, be the best dress, have the best this and that's going on to impress your family? A bunch of motherfuckers who probably ain't gonna be thinking about you come December motherfucking first anyway. Let's be for real. Let's really talk about it. So again, there's 1010 here. Make sure you're releasing something. What are you releasing at this time? Ask yourself in November, what do you need to release? Who do you need to release? Yeah, look, then I just said, and it just flipped over in my hand. Who do you need to release? Who do you need to release? Maybe there are some people you need to release. Six of Cups down at the bottom of the deck. The November might really let you know who's really friends and who's really foe. Look, holiday season is the one your family get exposed the most. Bitch, you just love your motherfucking cousin so much? Yeah, alright. We gonna see how much they love your motherfucking ass in a moment. I'm just saying. Look what just come on now. So be very mindful of that. We do have a full moon in Taurus coming up, new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio season is here. Scorpio season is typically the veil is very thin. So again, you might already be receiving signs of people and things and shit that you're not really moving away from, that you need to move away from, that you need to kind of, fall back from, maybe even. Like I said, maybe because you are maturing and the way that you want to do things ain't the way that they want to do things. Maybe you still hanging out, like I said, with them friends who aren't good at their own financial budgets. But then you just feel like, oh, but I'm just, it's not really affecting me. Oh, these are really my friends. Oh, I can't really distance myself. I mean, or whatever belief you might have. Maybe you feel like you're the one who's supposed to pick up the slack out of your friends or whatever silly shit like that. But it's not really helping you. Hanging around these people ain't really helping you. They stay in a financial burden cycle, living paycheck to paycheck. You're gonna do the same exact thing. So be careful about that. Friends that don't want to do nothing but sit around and gossip, you're gonna be doing the same thing. Friends that don't want to do nothing but sit around and smoke and drink, you're gonna be doing the same thing. But you again, it seems like you're maturing, right? You're understanding that you need to make adjustments, not just in your own financial life, but maybe just in your life in general, period, in order to really reap these rewards. Surround yourself with a lot of people who actually inspire you instead of a bunch of motherfuckers who, yeah, y'all cool. You might have known them since grade school. You might have known them since knee high to a grass fly, but they ain't hitting on shit. They ain't going where you going. They ain't trying to aspire to what you aspiring to. They ain't trying to have a level of success the way you trying to have a level of success. They ain't trying to goddamn get off their ass and go get it. These are a bunch of people who still cool with just sitting at the top of the trees. They ain't trying to reach for the stars. Whereas you, person watching, trying to reach for the stars. Trying to be better than yesterday, trying to be in that 1% better than who you was yesterday, last year, last week, last month. What are we at, 24 minutes? Do I want to pull an oracle? Let's do it. So yeah, That's what this feels like. November feels like, again, just save for a rainy day. Finances might be a little shaky, but I feel like there might be a bigger emphasis on family, realizing that the people you thought had your back, people you thought probably fuck with you, the people you thought, you feel me, or fantasized about, yeah, because when I get old and it's gonna be me and all my family and cousins and siblings, and you realize they really don't even, they really counting you out. That's what I'm hearing. Like, how you counting them in, they really on some count you out shit. The whole time you trying to count these folks in. You trying to bring them as a part of your fantasy, your vision for life. You know what I'm saying? When you get big and when you make it big and when you live lavish and shit, and they really thinking about themselves. The maiden, yeah, pure, because you're being pure. You're being nice. You know what I'm saying? You're not really moving from a malicious intent. Give me one card for guidance. What is our guidance for this month? What do we need to know? How do we need to move? What energy should we be in despite what's going on? Knowledge. Knowledge is the card that fell out. And this makes me feel like learning. I like this card. Every time I see this card, it gives me a lot of different things. The apple, the eye is here. He has something in his hand. The book is open. It feels very sciencey. You know, get real close, you can see what I'm talking about. You know, even the cauldron with a little some down here. So it's like experimenting knowledge, a gaining knowledge. So I feel like make sure that you're just in a, like I'm with that card. I kind of feel like make sure that you're like in a receptive state, not necessarily that you're accepting things that you know that you shouldn't, but like I'm getting like just be still, like is what's coming to me. In October, be still. A lot of things are going to be revealed to you. A lot of things will kind of like a lot of signs will come. Be slow to speak, quick to listen, ask questions, be curious. You know what I'm saying? Observe is what I'm kind of seeing in my mind's eye. Observe. I wouldn't really say much, do much, jump the gun on much because again, a lot of it's being revealed when it comes to like people who's around you and things that you need to let go of, people you need to let go of because they can't go with you and stuff like that. And I think it'll really benefit you. On top of just learning from again financial mistakes, learning from other people, you know what I'm saying? Learning from your own hard work, trial and error. That I said this gives me science, like a what does she call a hypothesis, which is like scientific educated guess. So it's kind of giving like trial and error. Like don't be afraid to like scientific experiment that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Put a little shit in the tube and then drop a little piece of something here and then see what you know what I'm saying. But it's like observe, ask questions, like be like I don't know why Gemini energy is coming to me, but it's like be very observant, be very inquisitive. Yeah, it's the word. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you feel like a motherfucker trying to be funny, ask them what they mean by that. Make their ass explain it to you like you five. You know what I'm saying? Really figure that shit out. Give me, give me one more card. And is this the Nine of Fire, which I have to read? So let me see. Nine of Fire, and then we have the Six of Earth down at the bottom of the deck. Nine of Fire. Oh shit. I'm at 10. Hold on. Keywords: attainment, fruition, inspiration. So we got that twice. Inspiration, creation, ease, simplicity, detachment, and restrictions. The Nine of Fire symbolizes attainment and the ease that comes with knowing what to do with the knowledge. What did I say at the bottom? What did I say at the bottom? What did I say at the bottom? With the knowledge. Nine of Fire symbolizes attainment and the ease that comes with knowing what to do with the knowledge and practical skills earned through study, hard work, and dedication. Didn't I say this looked like trial and error? Didn't I say this looked like trial and error with this knowledge card? I said it looked real scientific, right? It looked real experimenty, right? It looked real, with the dedication and the hard work, and I'm studying. The book is open. So again, this feels like make sure that you kind of just observe. I'm picking up an observation type of vibe. Just chill. Shit happening in November. Shit being revealed in November. Shit coming to light in November. Even when you have financial hiccups, just try to keep a cool head about it. I know it can be frustrating and annoying and shit, but it's like you learning. That's what comes with that. How many scientists you know that had fucked up accidents and shit, and now the shit you gotta start off, you gotta make a whole nother hypothesis. You done put this with that and sprinkled a little bit of this, and that shit exploded in your face, and now you gotta go back to square one. Now you gotta go back to square one, right? But this is about, again, things coming together. So you will be gaining knowledge, and attainment makes me feel like, again, the ease, right? It symbolizes attainment and the ease that comes with knowing what to do when you've gotten the knowledge. Let me see my phone. Because I want the definition of attainment: the action or fact of achieving a goal toward which one has worked. And you do have rewards, right? So again, in November, you will be reaping rewards. So if you have been working hard up until this point and being mature, and you like, girl, I've already been on top of all of this, then you'll be fine. It symbolizes fruition and putting knowledge and learning into practice. It is about having found and putting to use mental and physical processes that work for you. The process used is executed with ease, and as a result, you create or fulfill your role with the same ease. The key phrase is here. It says, do not seek praise or affirmation. Remove obstructions and restrictions. Simplify your life. Give your best every time. A time of fruition and attainment. Move through life with confidence. There's something you're gaining this month. And honestly, I feel like what you're gaining this month might actually be the clarity through the knowledge. Right. It says the card symbolizes, attainment and the ease that comes when you acquire the knowledge. You've studied, you've dedicated your time, you've trial and errored it, and now you're at this level of attainment. To attain something, to get something, or the fact of, again, achieving the goal. For some of you, there is a divine goal. And again, it's coming through your friendships, but it's coming through knowledge. For others of you, this is knowledge that you're coming because there's a goal you already have in mind, and you might have some people around you that don't need to be around you as you get to that goal. So as you attain the knowledge and the wisdom and the know-how to know who these people are, what these things are, that you're not separating yourself from, that you're not distancing yourself from, in order to attain whatever it is, you'll in November be getting the knowledge on what that is. You'll be getting the trinkets, and things will be enlightened for you about who or what it is you're not moving away from, so you can attain what it is that you desire, whether it be financial, literal, whatever. Now I said, I do see you reaping rewards. You have rewards, and you have, the nine of fire, which is about attainment. Again, the ease that comes once you've acquired the knowledge and the know-how, and you've trial and errored it, and you've got them science experiments, and you done wrote 1,000 hypothesis shit, bitch, and now you done finally got the shit together. You got the recipe, you got the formula now, bitch, and you have achieved the thing. For some of you, again, you will come out of November having achieved something. Something will have like come together for you, and it's because, again, you've made the adjustments. You'll make the adjustments, right? That's what it says. You may need to make some adjustments to your spending. This actually, at the end of this reading, feels like you might need to make some adjustments to more than just your spending habits. Make some adjustments to who you're around, make some adjustments to the energy and who you giving energy to, how you giving energy to them, who is your community, who are you in community with. And are they actually pouring into you the way you need? Are you around a bunch of motherfuckers, like I said, because you've just known them for so long, even though they drain you, they're not really in alignment with you, but you just been around them and you've known them for so long, you just gonna keep kicking it, but they're not going where you're going. So how are we making adjustments on that? Your expectations might not be met at this time. It's better to be prepared than it is to be sorry. 1010 is back in my face. So again, you do have some releasing to do. November will be about whatever it is you're releasing. There's something you need to release in order to attain. And you're still in November, you will still be acquiring the knowledge. You'll still be trial and erroring it. You'll still be gathering a hypothesis on what this is. But by the end of November, you'd have been figured out what it was. And if you do what needs to be done. Whatever this is, you will be rewarded come the end of November. There will be a reward in it. There will be a gain. But for right now, it's like you still learning. There's some knowledge that needs to be had. So expect that in November. Whether it be, again, pertaining to your finances or pertaining to your life or both of them. It can be both meet in the middle, dance all night. That's what Beyonce said. Okay, like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've gotten this far, I really appreciate it. My name is B, just in case if you forgot from the beginning of this. I am open for personal readings, and you can definitely check out my website in order to do that. Again, I think the discount code for 10% off is comeback, COMEBACK, but don't quote me on that, so check down below in the description box for that. Because I would like double check on the website, and I'll make sure I plug it in down below. Okay, again, like, share, subscribe, call me, beat me if you want to reach me, and yeah, I'll see you over on the next video. Bye.